We have here a Telecaster made in 2003 in Ensenada, Mexico. You can look that number up. I might spin that round for you. It's not a very well taken care of guitar because it's used by a professional musician who used it quite extensively on stage. It has a few issues which will take you down. The strings are lousy, by the way. Those black marks are stained into the frets. They can come away. The necks on a Stratocaster, as you see the shine there, they have a lacquer on them. But I'm not going to replace that lacquer. I'm going to clean these frets and use Crimson Guitars high build guitar finishing oil, which will give a slight sheen to the things but give a strength. Now if you look even closer at the frets, you'll see green around them. Now this guitar has been in a lot of use over the years in a lot of places across the whole of the UK and maybe even America, but that green is like a mold. Not a mold, corrosion. So I'm going to clean that all away, scrape the fretboard down. Nuts look pretty good. String height's excellent. There's damage to the sides of the guitar, which I can't do an awful lot about except for tidy up. You can see the green in the fret. That's not good, because that'll rot away but there's a good example of it there, the green rotting the wood. But that'll all come away. The neck's in very good condition. I haven't tested the truss rod. Not sure why that's happening in there at the very end. It's not where the guitar strings are. It's actually between the guitar strings. But I'm going to clean that and oil that as well. It's not because of the height. The string height's very good and the pickup height's just about right too. But you can see that is dirty around the edges and stained. So that's the neck. The other side of the neck has got a couple of dings on it and stuff like that there, but nothing exciting, nothing that's going to require a lot of work, just tidying. The head has some dings. I'm not going to make this brand new looking. I'm just going to get a good refresh. Now, that's the strings. That has got just a bit of cleaning up to do and everything. I haven't tested the electrics yet, but I understand there are problems with the electrics. But we do have a lot of dings and dangs and dumps and chips and scratches and bangs, and the chappie tells me the number of times this has been dropped on stage is quite a lot. And it has a lot of chips and a lot of scratches and scrapes, and I'm going to try to do what I can with them. I don't have a black gloss paint. You'll see that the hole got too big and the screw was moved. I'm going to move it back again and fill up those. Now the intention I have for doing these is to stain the wood black first, and then put a layer of thick super glue on top and build up the layer, because that's quite a thick gloss layer that's missing. So let me just show you. You can feel it. It's actually quite a thick. So if I fill that up with super glue and then I use a blade to bring the super glue down flat, and then I'll buff it, we'll see what it looks like. This all needs to be cleaned and tested, and switches need to be cleaned and tested. So there's quite a bit of stuff to be done on the back. The obviously with belt buckles and stuff like that there's scratches, but there's not much I can do with that. I can give the back a bit of a clean and things like that. And while I've got you here, I've got to show you the neck. There's a small couple of tiny dings. There is a stain there. Get in focus, yeah. That, I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure I can actually do anything about it, but it actually could be part of the wood, but I'm not sure. I'll look more closely at it later. So So I have my work cut out for me. That's quite a ding too. And I may not even give him this guitar back. I might confiscate it because of his black abuse. Black fenders matter. Do you not know that? Bloody hell. Anyway, all colors of fenders are welcome here. And I'm sure this is a lovely sounding guitar, but it needs a lot of TLC. Okay, if I find anything else, I'll come back to you now. Neck of the Telecaster now that it's off. Looks like that says 27th of July REC. Yeah, number 24 and an F and something else up there. And then there's a model number or a serial number there. The guitar itself now is stripped of most of the electronics, all the electronics, sorry, and the plates, just to take off those other things now, those guitar straps. But I thought I'd record the date of manufacture. So that'll be July 2003. Not sure what REC means, but I'm sure it means something to somebody. Now I was going to show you a couple of frets that I would be cleaning and scraping, but as you can see, I've done a few already. You can see that the mold is all gone, and these frets are polished and they're scraped, and I still to put some crimson high polish oil on them. But I have spotted a very unusual thing when I'm working on this. Now I thought that these were the standard finger holes. You know the way sometimes the finger holes will get and by pressing the too hard on the string, and it goes down and damages the frets, and they are quite dark. I'll show you a still picture of this at the same time. But if you look where the strings were, they don't fall where the finger holes should be. So when I started to clean this fret, the wood became very soft, and that may not be easy to see, but it was, the wood had rotted beneath it. It had gone a very dull, dark color and had rotted. And I don't actually think you can see it, but that is relatively deep little hole with, I've reached solid wood now because I scraped it out. I'm going to scrape it out some more, but that's now solid wood. I'm going to fix that, but I don't know what would cause the wood to rot like that. It's maple neck. It does have some black markings there, which are, let me just see, this light's not, that shows you the black markings. But that wood is solid, so I don't know what those black markings are. They're not finger stains. I don't know what they are, but that is very solid. But it's the same color as what that was. So if anybody's watching this and knows what happened here, let me know. What I'm going to do, scrape them a little bit more. I'm going to dilute some super glue and put them in it to make the wood hard and kill whatever's in there, and then build up a little layer of super glue to make it flat, although it won't affect the playing what it is, but I just want to try to hide it. But that stain, that little green colored stain that you see, I can't go down too far because I don't want to really, I wish I could show you how deep those are. They're deep little, but it's oh, there you are. That's a better express. See how deep they are? And I don't want to go much deeper than that, but I can fill that up and build it up again. And when I scrape some of the frets down here, for example, I can take some of the shavings of the wood from the maple, mix it up with super glue, and put it inside these little cracks and build it up. And you probably not notice it too much, and it'll be a good hard finish. But I just thought you might be interested in a weird thing that is. I must ask Rosa Stringworks if he's ever come across anything like that there, because he's been in the field for years. All right, thank you. Right, that's the third coat of Crimson Guitar high build guitar finishing oil. The gentleman from Crimson Guitars, which I can't remember, but did a video, I can't remember his name, but he says it's for natural wood, which this is. You put on a coat, you leave it half an hour, then you polish it off. Then you put on another coat, you leave it half an hour and polish it off. And then you put on another coat and leave it half an hour and polish it off. And it works quite nicely. You see there's a stain there. I couldn't dig down deep enough to get rid of the stain, but I managed to fill up the hole that was left by the rotting wood with cleaning it down to hardwood and then filling it up with super glue, letting the super glue go really hard, and then put another coat of super glue on, and then use a scraper, gently, a sharp razor blade and some sandpaper, and bring it down. But the neck is looking much better now. I think that'll be the final coat for it. But once that's done, that'll kill all the corrosion, what we've done there, and it'll get it back on the neck. Okay, bye. This is the Fender Telecaster that came in to me, which was extremely badly abused. Chris, as you can see, it's pretty nice now, and I've buffed it up, filled in some holes. A bit of bluff, it's not completely resprayed or anything. I buffed the back to get some sheen back again. I fixed these proper strap holders to where they should be and covered up all the holes. Reversed the plate, which was very badly scratched. This was extremely badly scratched, so I just turned it round. So it's perfectly okay. New set of Elixir strings on. Chris likes the Elixirs. Must admit they're very nice. Lovely guitar. The neck is perfect the way I like it. Just that little bit of an angle. Just a touch of that angle. Yeah, this is the one with the frets that were really bad. And there was a big hole in it. I was able to fix the two holes. Hopefully you can see in that light. There's still a little stain. I can't get the stain out unless I go deeper, and I don't want to go deeper. But those frets were all covered. Brass corrosion goes green, and it was awful. The interesting thing about it is when I put the strings on, I had the neck flat. I had the height gauges completely flat, and I had the intonation, as you can see, almost perfectly straight. And it played beautifully. Even the intonation was great. I haven't touched the intonation, but that surprises me that the intonation is almost perfect at that setting, where they're all straight. That must say something about the guitar. It's a lovely sounding guitar. That's the middle pickups, both of them. The front pickups are I could actually sit and play this for quite a while because it's a lovely guitar, and I like the harsh sound. Reminds me of the Beatles, you know. See if you can remember what that tune was about anyway. But there you are, it's all nice and finished. Fixed the plec guard, he'll never be able to shelf plex. I found 4 plectrums stuffed in there all on, and it was all sitting up and bulged, so he won't be able to do that again because I fixed it so they can't get a plectrum in there anymore. And it's not glued. Right, so that's, I had to rewire a little bit because the solders were loose. The plug was loose as well. And so the only thing I have to do now that I notice is the front pickup is just sitting slightly low. But other than that, it's going back to Chris. Maybe. Bye-bye, Telecaster. Bye-bye.